John Titor, a name that has become almost legendary in the realm of internet folklore, is known for his intriguing claims of time travel, which emerged in the early 2000s, specifically between 2000 and 2001, when he began posting in online forums. Titor claimed to be a soldier from the year 2036, who traveled back to 1975 and then to 2000 in order to retrieve an IBM 5100 computer, which he insisted was crucial for debugging legacy computer systems in his time. Titor's predictions included several significant events that he said would occur in the early 21st century, including civil unrest in the United States, a second American Civil War, which he believed would begin in 2005 and escalate into a conflict that would last until 2015. He also forecasted that there would be nuclear exchanges, leading to widespread chaos and a breakdown of society, which, according to him, would result in a very different world by the time he returned to his own time. Aside from these dire predictions, Titor made claims about the future of technology and society, suggesting that by 2036, humanity would have adapted to a new way of living with a focus on community and sustainability, as the catastrophic events would have fundamentally changed people's priorities. He emphasized the importance of personal responsibility and the need for individuals to be prepared for difficult times ahead. Titor's story captivated many, leading to discussions about the nature of time travel and whether his claims could hold any truth. Some enthusiasts have analyzed Titor's predictions, comparing them to real-world events that unfolded over the years, while others point out the inconsistencies and inaccuracies in his timeline. Interestingly, the phenomenon of John Titor has sparked debates about the implications of time travel and whether it's possible to change the past or the future, as Titor himself stated that his actions in the past would not alter his own timeline, a concept that aligns with certain theories in physics. This has led to further speculation and discussions among scientists and philosophers about the nature of time, causality, and the multiverse theory, which posits that there could be multiple parallel universes, each with different outcomes based on different choices made at various points in time. Titor's narrative has inspired numerous books, articles, and even documentaries delving into the mysteries surrounding his claims and the psychological aspects of why people believe in such stories. The allure. The Philadelphia experiment is a fascinating tale that has stirred the imaginations of many. It is shrouded in mystery and speculation, with roots that stretch back to World War II. This urban legend claims that in 1943, the U.S. Navy conducted a secret experiment aimed at making a naval destroyer, the USS Eldridge, invisible to radar, but what really captures attention is the bizarre twist that followed. According to the story, not only did the ship become invisible, but it also allegedly teleported from Philadelphia to Norfolk, Virginia, and back again, which is a feat that seems beyond the realm of possibility, yet it has captivated conspiracy theorists and paranormal enthusiasts alike. The origin of this tale can be traced to a man named Carl Allen, who later changed his name to Carlos Allende. He wrote a series of letters to a well-known UFO researcher, in which he detailed his version of the events surrounding the experiment, claiming he witnessed the whole thing. This claim sparked widespread interest, but it also raised many questions, and despite extensive investigations, the US Navy has consistently denied that any such experiment took place, emphasizing that the USS Eldridge was never in Philadelphia at the time in question. Some researchers have attempted to connect the Philadelphia experiment to Einstein's theory of relativity and the concept of electromagnetic fields, suggesting that the idea of bending light and waves could lead to invisibility. However, the scientific community largely regards these claims as speculative at best and lacking substantial evidence. There are also numerous accounts of sailors who supposedly experienced strange phenomena during the experiment, with some claiming they became fused with the ship's structure while others reported severe psychological distress, but these stories often lack credible documentation, and many have been deemed urban legends rather than factual accounts. The allure of the Philadelphia experiment lies not only in its bizarre claims, but also in the broader context of wartime secrecy and the government's interest in advanced technologies, a period when many were exploring the possibilities of radar, sonar, and other innovations that could change the face of warfare. As the years passed, the story of the Philadelphia experiment evolved, becoming a staple of pop culture, inspiring books, movies, and documentaries that delve into the realms of science fiction and conspiracy theories. Yet the lack of concrete evidence continues to fuel debate among skeptics and believers alike. Some enthusiasts even suggest that the experiment was part of a larger project known as the Montauk Project, which allegedly involved time travel and mind control. In a fascinating twist of cinematic history, there's a moment in Charlie Chaplin's classic film The Great Dictator, released in 1940, that has sparked much discussion and intrigue among film enthusiasts and historians alike. In this film, there is a scene where a character appears to be using what looks remarkably like a modern-day mobile phone, which has led to some speculation about whether this was a clever piece of foresight by Chaplin or simply a coincidental anachronism. The scene features a Jewish barber, played by Chaplin, who is in a chaotic situation, and in the background, a woman is seen holding an object to her ear, which many viewers have likened to a smartphone. This has led some to humorously wonder if this represents a kind of time travel, suggesting that perhaps Chaplin had a vision of the future, or at least an uncanny understanding of how communication technology would evolve. This moment has inspired theories and discussions linking early film to the concept of time travel, as it raises an interesting question. Could it be that artists and filmmakers tap into ideas and images from the future? The idea of time travel has fascinated people for centuries, stemming from literature and folklore to modern science fiction. Theories abound, from Einstein's relativity suggesting that time might not be as linear as we perceive, to the more whimsical interpretations found in films and books. The notion that a film made in the 1940s could inadvertently glimpse the future through a prop or a moment in a scene is a delightful thought, igniting the imagination about what other hidden messages might exist in classic films. Moreover, Chaplin's work has often been seen as a commentary on society, and in this instance, the presence of an object that resembles a smartphone in a film set in the early 20th century could imply a critique of communication or the disconnect between people in modern society, long before the technology even existed. The irony of a silent film, where expressions and physical comedy convey so much, juxtaposed with an object designed for communication, adds another layer of depth to Chaplin's already rich narrative. In addition to the fun speculation about time travel, the phenomenon of anachronisms in films is not unique to Chaplin. Many directors and writers have included elements in their works that are out of sync with the time period they depict, whether intentionally or not. This invites viewers to reflect on the passage of time, societal changes, and the evolution of technology. In 1938, a photograph taken at a Canadian construction site sparked a whirlwind of intrigue and speculation, as it appeared to show a man dressed in modern clothing in stark contrast to the styles of that era. This image, often referred to as the time traveler photograph, has puzzled historians and enthusiasts alike, who wonder whether it truly captures someone from the future, or if there's a simpler explanation behind it. The photograph features a group of workers, but one individual, standing off to the side, is wearing what looks like sunglasses, a shirt, and a patterned sweater, attire that seems out of place in a black and white photo from the late 1930s. This peculiar figure has led many to jump to conclusions about time travel, raising questions about the nature of time itself and whether it's possible for individuals to traverse the boundaries of time. While some enthusiasts have pointed to the man's attire as evidence of a time traveler, Skeptics argue that it could simply be a case of someone wearing clothes that were ahead of their time, or perhaps clothing that was just not typical of the era but still existed. The debate has been fueled further by the advent of digital manipulation, as modern technology allows for easy alterations to photographs, making it ever more challenging to discern reality from fabrication. Interestingly, the photograph has gained traction in various media, often being discussed in the context of time travel theories and popular culture. It has sparked numerous documentaries and YouTube videos, each presenting different angles on the mystery. Some people have even suggested that the figure is an actor or a person dressed for a film shoot, considering that the late 1930s was a significant period for cinema. Theories abound, some invoking the science of physics, and ideas related to wormholes and alternate dimensions, while others lean more towards folklore and urban legend. Moreover, the fascination with the photograph highlights our cultural obsession with the concept of time travel, a theme that has appeared in literature and film for decades. From H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to more contemporary interpretations in movies like Back to the Future, the notion of traveling through time resonates deeply with human curiosity. The time traveler photograph serves as a modern artifact, feeding into this intrigue and encouraging people to ponder the possibilities of the unexpected future, while simultaneously reflecting on the past. As the photograph continues to circulate, it raises essential inquiries about perception, reality, and the boundaries of science. What if time travel were indeed possible? In the realm of urban legends and internet folklore, one of the most captivating tales is that of the time-traveling hipster, a story that has sparked curiosity and debate across various platforms. This narrative centers around a photograph taken in 1941 at a Canadian event known as the Kinsman Club of Fort Langley. In this image, among the crowd, stands a man dressed in what many describe as modern clothing, complete with sunglasses and a t-shirt that would be entirely at home in today's fashion scene. This peculiar figure, standing out against a backdrop of 1940s attire, has led to numerous theories about his identity and the possibility of time travel. The photograph, which has circulated widely on the internet, raises questions about the nature of time. From a future where fashion trends have cycled back, from the future where fashion trends have cycled back to resemble past styles. Others suggest that he could simply be a modern-day individual who happened to find themselves at a historical event, perhaps through a costume party or a film set. But the allure of the time travel theory remains strong. As the story has gained traction, various interpretations have emerged. Some people speculate that the man could be a time traveler who inadvertently stumbled into a different era, possibly due to a malfunctioning time machine. This idea taps into the fascination with time travel that has been popularized in books, movies, and TV shows, where characters often face the consequences of their journeys through time. The hipster's casual demeanor and nonchalant expression fuel the imagination, prompting questions about what he might have seen or experienced if he truly did travel through time. Moreover, the phenomenon of the time-traveling hipster has found its way into discussions about the multiverse theory, which suggests that there are infinite versions of time and space. Advocates of this theory argue that if time travel were possible, it might not just involve moving back and forth along a single timeline, but rather jumping between different realities, where the rules of time and history could differ significantly. This adds another layer of intrigue to the hipster's story, as it opens up possibilities about alternate histories and the nature of existence itself. In addition, the story has sparked a variety of artistic interpretations, inspiring memes, videos, and even merchandise that playfully explore the concept of time travel. Contrast. It's a bit thick. Come on. Just try a different way. Have created humorous scenarios imagining in the fascinating world of time travel claims. One of the most intriguing comes from a group of individuals in the 1980s who asserted that they had traveled through time. These stories, often filled with vivid details and elaborate explanations, captured the imagination of many. One notable figure, known as John Titor, emerged in the early 2000s but claimed to have come from the year 2036, with his origins tracing back to a much earlier decade. Titor's assertions included warnings about future wars, societal collapse, and the importance of preserving knowledge. He shared technical details about his time machine, which he described as a device that utilized a small black hole and manipulated gravity to achieve time travel. His claims sparked intense discussions online, leading to a cult-like following. In the 1980s, there were also reports of a mysterious figure known as the Time Traveler, who appeared at various science fiction conventions. This individual, often dressed in futuristic attire, claimed to be from the year 2050. Attendees were fascinated by his stories of advanced technologies, such as personal flying vehicles and a world where diseases had been eradicated. He would often give detailed accounts of historical events that, according to him, had been misrepresented in textbooks, creating a ripple of excitement among fans of science fiction and speculative theories. Yet, the 1980s also saw the rise of a more playful approach to time travel claims, with television shows like Quantum Leap, which debuted in 1989, bringing the concept into popular culture. The show featured a physicist who leapt through time to correct historical mistakes, and while it was purely fictional, it ignited interest in the idea of time travel as a possibility, leading viewers to ponder the implications of changing the past and the moral dilemmas that could arise. Amidst these claims, the scientific community remained skeptical, often citing the laws of physics, particularly Einstein's theory of relativity, which suggests that time travel into the past could create paradoxes and contradictions. However, some scientists have explored theoretical frameworks that suggest time travel might be possible under certain conditions, such as through wormholes, or via concepts like closed time-like curves. The fascination with time travelers from the 1980s also ties into the cultural anxieties of that era, as the Cold War loomed large and fears of nuclear catastrophe were prevalent. The idea of a time traveler bringing warnings from the future resonated deeply with those concerned. Andrew Basiago, an American lawyer and self-proclaimed time traveler, has made headlines with his extraordinary claims about his experiences on Mars. He asserts that, during the 1970s, he was part of a secret government project called Project Pegasus, which aimed to develop time travel and teleportation technology. According to Basiago, he was not only involved in time travel experiments, but also traveled to Mars, where he encountered extraterrestrial life and witnessed various advanced technologies. He describes his time on the Red Planet in vivid detail, claiming that he saw Martian cities and interacted with beings he describes as Martians. Basiago's assertions gained significant attention, especially after he appeared on various talk shows and podcasts, where he elaborated on his experiences and the supposed cover-up by the US government regarding Mars exploration. He claims that the government has had the technology to travel to Mars for decades, but has kept it hidden from the public. Basiago argues that these experiences have profound implications for humanity, suggesting that, if true, they could change our understanding of space travel and our place in the universe. Critics, however, are quick to challenge Basiago's claims, pointing out the lack of concrete evidence to support his extraordinary assertions. Skeptics argue that his stories resemble elements of science fiction rather than credible accounts. Despite this, Basiago has attracted a following of believers who are intrigued by the idea of time travel and extraterrestrial life. They find his narratives compelling, and the very possibility of secret government projects dealing with advanced technology sparks the imagination of many. The discussion around Andrew Basiago's claims also raises questions about the nature of belief and skepticism in the age of information. In a world where conspiracy theories can spread rapidly, distinguishing between fact and fiction becomes increasingly challenging. The allure of potential government cover-ups and the existence of life beyond Earth often leads people to explore these sensational topics further, even if they lack scientific validation. Basiago's assertions continue to ignite debates, not only about the authenticity of his experiences, but also about the broader implications of such claims on our understanding of the universe. As more people become fascinated by the mysteries of space, the conversation around figures like Basiago emphasizes the human desire to explore the unknown, to seek out truths that lie beyond our current understanding. Whether one views Basiago as a visionary or a storyteller, his claims contribute to the ongoing dialogue about the possibilities of life on other planets and the adventures that humanity. Nikola Tesla, a name that resonates with innovation and visionary ideas, is often associated with groundbreaking inventions, such as the alternating current. But one of the more intriguing aspects of his work is the concept of a time machine, which has sparked curiosity and speculation for decades. Tesla had a unique perspective on time, which he believed could be manipulated, and he famously stated, "The present is theirs. The future, for which I really worked, is mine." This hints at the idea that he envisioned a technology that could transcend the conventional limits of time. Tesla's theories on electromagnetism and energy were so advanced that they led some to wonder whether he had indeed created, or at least conceptualized, a device capable of time travel. In his writings, Tesla discussed the possibility of harnessing the energy of the universe, believing that every thought and action creates a ripple effect through time and space, thus suggesting that if humans could tap into this energy, they might unlock the secrets of time itself. Some researchers have examined Tesla's experiments with radio waves and how he believed they could be used to transmit information across time, which adds an extra layer of mystery to his ideas. Moreover, there are claims that Tesla had developed a machine that could produce a field strong enough to alter the flow of time. Although these claims often stem from anecdotal reports and not from documented evidence. Tesla's fascination with the concept of time was not limited to theoretical musings. He reportedly conducted experiments that involved the manipulation of electrical currents, and some enthusiasts interpret these experiments as early forays into the realm of time travel. It's fascinating to note that Tesla's contemporaries and even some future scientists have been inspired by his ideas, leading to ongoing discussions about the potential for time travel through advanced technology. While mainstream science currently holds that time travel, as depicted in popular culture, may not be feasible, Tesla's speculative visions continue to encourage imagination and exploration in the field of physics. The legacy of Tesla's ideas is evident in various scientific endeavors, where researchers are investigating concepts like wormholes and the fabric of space-time, ideas that echo Tesla's innovative spirit. His work laid the groundwork for future explorations into the nature of time and energy, and while no time machine has been definitively created, his contributions provoke thought about what might be possible in the realms of science and technology. Tesla's life was a tapestry of genius and eccentricity, and while he may not have built a time machine, in the realm of speculative fiction, the concept of time travel has always ignited the imagination. And one of the most intriguing ideas is the story of a time traveler from the year 2045. Imagine a person, equipped with advanced technology, stepping through a portal into our present day, bringing with them knowledge and experiences from a future that seems both familiar and alien. This time traveler might share insights into how society has evolved, discussing advancements in technology, environmental changes, and shifts in cultural norms. For instance, they could reveal how artificial intelligence has integrated into daily life, with smart systems managing everything from household chores to city infrastructure, making life more efficient, but also raising ethical questions about privacy and autonomy. Furthermore, the traveler could describe significant changes in climate, explaining how the world has adapted to extreme weather patterns, perhaps detailing innovations in renewable energy that have become mainstream. Moreover, they might delve into the evolution of social structures, discussing how relationships and communication have transformed in a world dominated by virtual interactions. As much as technology has brought people closer together, it could also have led to increased isolation, with many choosing to interact through screens rather than face-to-face. The time traveler, having witnessed these changes firsthand, might express concerns about mental health issues that have emerged as a consequence. Additionally, they could share fascinating developments in medicine, explaining how breakthroughs in genetic engineering and biotechnology have resulted in treatments that were unimaginable in our time, allowing for the eradication of certain diseases and even extending human lifespan. However, this progress might come with moral dilemmas, such as the implications of designer babies and the equity of access to these advancements. The traveler might also recount how entertainment has shifted, with immersive virtual reality experiences becoming the norm, allowing individuals to experience stories and adventures in ways that blur the lines between reality and fiction. Such changes could spark discussions about the impact on creativity and the arts, and how society values traditional forms of storytelling versus cutting-edge technologies. Lastly, the time traveler might reflect on the political landscape of the future, discussing how global relations have changed, perhaps highlighting new alliances or conflicts that have arisen, and how lessons from our time have shaped their world. They could express hope for greater collaboration in addressing universal challenges like poverty and inequality, shedding light on how different nations have come together to tackle issues that affect humanity as a whole. This glimpse into the life and experiences of a time traveler from 2045 not only captivates the imagination, but also invites, in the midst of the 1940s, a time when cinema was evolving and capturing the imaginations of audiences around the world. A fascinating mystery emerged surrounding a particular figure in one of the era's most iconic films. This figure, known to many as the mysterious figure, appears in the classic movie It's a Wonderful Life, directed by Frank Capra, released in 1946. While the film is celebrated for its heartwarming story and memorable characters, the presence of this enigmatic character has sparked ongoing speculation and intrigue among film enthusiasts and historians alike. The mysterious figure, often referred to as simply the man in the background, can be spotted during key scenes, quietly observing the main characters, yet remaining largely unacknowledged by them. This character's subtle presence has led to various theories, with some viewers believing that he symbolizes the omnipresence of fate or destiny in the lives of the characters, while others argue he represents the unseen forces that guide our decisions and paths. This idea resonates with the film's central themes of community, sacrifice, and the impact one life can have on another, leaving audiences to ponder deeper meanings beneath the surface of the charming story. Interestingly, the identity of this figure has never been officially confirmed, and the actor who portrayed him remains largely unknown, adding layers to the mystery. Some speculate that the character might have been a deliberate choice by Capra, intended to provoke thought and reflection among viewers, while others think it could have simply been an oversight in casting, leading to this character becoming a ghostly presence in cinematic history. Fans of the film have even taken to social media platforms, sharing images and clips, dissecting every frame to unravel the enigma surrounding this figure. generating lively discussions about his significance and the potential messages he conveys. Moreover, this fascination extends beyond just It's a Wonderful Life. The concept of mysterious figures appearing in the background has become a recurring theme in cinema, with filmmakers often using such characters to add depth and layers to their storytelling. Whether through symbolic representation or as a narrative device, these figures often challenge viewers to look closer and consider the unseen influences shaping the narrative. This practice invites audiences to engage more deeply with the film, prompting them to think critically about the roles that characters play, both major and minor, in the grand tapestry of the story. The allure of the mysterious figure in It's a Wonderful Life serves as a reminder of the power of film to evoke time travel. A concept that has fascinated humanity for centuries finds its roots in the realms of science fiction. Yet it has also captured the imaginations of physicists and researchers, particularly in the field of quantum physics. One of the most intriguing theories is based on Einstein's theory of relativity, which suggests that time is not a constant, but rather it is relative, depending on the observer's speed and gravitational field. This leads to the idea that, theoretically, if one could travel close to the speed of light, time would slow down for them compared to someone who remains stationary. This phenomenon is known as time dilation, and while it does not allow for classic time travel to the past, it does imply that moving at extreme speeds could result in traveling into the future. Another fascinating aspect comes from the concept of wormholes, which are hypothetical passages through space-time. These would connect distant points in space and time, potentially allowing for instant travel between them. While wormholes are purely theoretical at this point, they arise from the equations of general relativity, implying that if they can exist, they might serve as shortcuts through time. However, the stability of wormholes is a significant challenge. They may collapse before anything could travel through them, and even if they could be stabilized, the energy requirements would be astronomical. Additionally, quantum mechanics introduces a different perspective on time travel. The many worlds interpretation, for instance, suggests that every quantum event branches off into a multitude of parallel universes. This raises the possibility that traveling back in time could create a new timeline altogether, rather than altering the original one. In this scenario, if someone were to travel back in time and change an event, they wouldn't create paradoxes, as the change would occur in a different universe, leaving the original timeline intact. This idea, while still speculative, offers a fascinating look at how time travel might function without the usual paradoxes that plague traditional concepts of time. Moreover, there's the concept of closed time-like curves, which arise in certain solutions to Einstein's equations, such as those found in rotating black holes. In theory, these curves could allow for paths in space-time that loop back on themselves, creating a scenario where one could travel back to an earlier point in time. However, the implications of such travel are mind-bending, as it raises questions about causality and the very nature of time itself. Could one meet their past self? Would that? The butterfly effect, a fascinating concept rooted in chaos theory, suggests that small changes in initial conditions can lead to vastly different outcomes. A notion that has captured the imagination of scientists, writers, and dreamers alike. This idea comes from the work of mathematician and meteorologist Edward Lorenz, who illustrated it with a metaphorical example of a butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil, which could eventually cause a tornado in Texas. The implications of the butterfly effect extend beyond meteorology, impacting fields such as economics, ecology, and even social sciences, where the interconnectedness of systems means that tiny actions can ripple through time, resulting in significant consequences. When we think about time travel, the butterfly effect takes on a whole new meaning, as even the slightest alteration in the past could lead to unpredictable and potentially disastrous changes in the present and future. Imagine a traveler stepping back in time, perhaps to the age of dinosaurs, where even the act of stepping on a butterfly could alter the course of evolution, leading to a world where humans might never have existed, or where the landscape has changed so drastically that familiar cities are unrecognizable. This idea is often explored in science fiction, where characters grapple with the consequences of their actions, such as in movies like Back to the Future, where the protagonist learns that even the smallest interactions can have profound effects on his own timeline. The paradox of time travel raises intriguing questions about fate and free will, as travelers may wonder if they can truly change their destinies, or if they are merely part of a predetermined timeline where every action, no matter how small, has already been accounted for. In the grand scheme of things, these concepts are not just the realm of fiction, as physicists have pondered the real possibilities of time travel. Theoretical frameworks like wormholes and the bending of space-time suggest that time travel could one day be plausible, but the implications of such travel remain complex and fraught with potential consequences. Consider the grandfather paradox, a famous thought experiment where a time traveler goes back and inadvertently prevents their own grandfather from meeting their grandmother, thus erasing their own existence. This paradox highlights the convoluted nature of altering the past, as it raises questions about causality and the nature of time itself. Moreover, the relationship between the butterfly effect and time travel opens up discussions about responsibility and ethics. If one had the ability to change the past, should they? What moral obligations would arise from such power? The potential to the grandfather paradox, a fascinating concept in the realm of time travel, presents a mind-bending scenario that challenges our understanding of causality and the nature of time itself. Imagine a time traveler who, in a quest to explore the past, decides to go back in time to the era when their grandfather was a young man. The traveler, with the intention of altering the course of history, inadvertently prevents their grandfather from meeting their grandmother, thus ensuring that the time traveler, who is the grandfather's descendant, would never be born in the first place. This paradox raises significant questions about how time travel might work and whether it's even possible. If the time traveler succeeds in altering past events, it creates a contradiction. Because if they were never born, then they could not have traveled back in time to create that change, leading to a classic logical inconsistency. The paradox illustrates the complex relationship between time and causality, and many scientists and philosophers have pondered its implications in the context of theoretical physics. Moreover, the grandfather paradox has prompted various theories and interpretations in the scientific community. Some suggest that time travel could exist in a multiverse framework, where every time a change is made in the past, a new timeline is created. In this view, the time traveler would not erase their own existence, but instead create an alternate reality where their grandfather never met their grandmother while the original timeline remains intact. This idea aligns with certain interpretations of quantum mechanics, where multiple outcomes can coexist simultaneously. Others propose that time travel might be restricted in some way, suggesting that events in time are fixed and cannot be changed, a concept known as determinism. Under this theory, if a time traveler were to attempt to prevent their own existence, some unforeseen event would occur to ensure that they were still born, maintaining the timeline's integrity. The implications of the grandfather paradox extend beyond theoretical discussions. They invite us to consider the nature of free will and destiny. If time travel were possible, would individuals retain the ability to make choices? Or would they be bound by a predestined path? The debate continues, with writers, filmmakers, and scientists exploring these themes in various forms of media, from literature to movies, each offering unique perspectives on the paradox. Notable examples can be found in films like Back to the Future, where the protagonist grapples with the consequences of altering the past, and 12 Monkeys, which delves into the complexities of time loops. Alternate timelines and multiverse theory Concepts that stretch the imagination and challenge our understanding of reality are fascinating subjects that have captured the attention of scientists, philosophers, and writers alike. The multiverse theory, which suggests the existence of multiple, possibly infinite universes, posits that every choice we make creates a branching path, leading to alternate realities. This means that there could be countless versions of ourselves, living out different lives based on the decisions we've made, or even those we've not made. In this framework, every possible outcome of an event might be realized in its own separate universe, leading to a complex web of realities existing alongside our own. The idea of alternate timelines often finds its roots in quantum mechanics, particularly in the many worlds interpretation, proposed by physicist Hugh Everett III in the 950s. This interpretation suggests that all possible outcomes of quantum measurements are realized, with each outcome branching into its own universe. For instance, when a quantum particle is observed, it can exist in multiple states simultaneously, and upon observation, it chooses a state. But in an alternate scenario, it could have chosen differently, leading to a different universe where that alternative state is realized. This concept opens the door to a universe where, perhaps, dinosaurs never went extinct, or where historical events like major wars or discoveries unfolded differently. Many popular culture references explore the idea of alternate timelines and the multiverse. Movies and television shows such as Doctor Strange, Rick and Morty, and Everything Everywhere All at Once delve into these themes, illustrating how characters navigate through different realities, often facing the consequences of their alternate choices. These narratives not only entertain, but they also encourage viewers to ponder the nature of existence, fate, and free will, leading to deeper philosophical questions about how our choices shape our lives and the world around us. In addition to entertainment, scientists are increasingly investigating the implications of multiverse theory. Some cosmologists suggest that our universe may be just one bubble in a vast sea of universes, each with its own physical laws and constants. This could potentially explain some of the fine-tuning observed in our own universe, where constants appear perfectly calibrated for the existence of life. Though the multiverse remains a controversial topic within the scientific community, with debates about its testability and implications, it continues to inspire rigorous research and thought. Moreover, the philosophical implications of alternate timelines and the multiverse extend into ethics and morality. If Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, which includes both the special and general theories, fundamentally changed our understanding of time and space, and it opened the door to fascinating discussions about time travel. Special relativity, introduced in 1905, focuses on how the laws of physics are the same for all observers in uniform motion, and it introduced the idea that time is not a constant but rather can vary depending on the speed at which an object is moving. This means, theoretically, if you could travel close to the speed of light, time would pass more slowly for you compared to someone who remains stationary. This concept, known as time dilation, has been confirmed by experiments such as those involving atomic clocks on fast-moving jets, which show that time does actually pass differently depending on speed. Then we have general relativity, which Einstein published in 1915, expanding on these ideas by incorporating gravity into the equation. General relativity suggests that massive objects, like planets and stars, warp the fabric of space-time around them, causing the phenomenon we perceive as gravity. This warping of space-time means that time can also be affected by gravity. The stronger the gravitational field, the slower time passes. This idea leads to the intriguing possibility of time travel through theoretical constructs such as wormholes, which are essentially shortcuts through space-time, connecting distant points in the universe. Moreover, while we often think of time travel in a science fiction context, physicists have explored serious implications of these theories. For example, if a spaceship could travel through a wormhole, it might allow for travel back and forth in time, Although the practicalities and stability of such structures remain purely speculative, the concept of closed time-like curves, which are solutions to the equations of general relativity, illustrates that under certain conditions, time loops could theoretically allow someone to revisit the past. Interestingly, the implications of Einstein's theories have spurred debate among scientists, philosophers, and writers alike, with paradoxes such as the famous grandfather paradox, where a time traveler could potentially prevent their own existence, creating logical inconsistencies. Despite these fascinating discussions, actual time travel remains firmly in the realm of theoretical physics, as we currently lack the technology and understanding to manipulate space-time in such a way. In summary, Einstein's groundbreaking work laid the foundation for modern physics and sparked endless curiosity about the nature of time and the possibility of traveling through it. The interplay between speed, gravity, and the structure of space-time. Imagine a scenario where time travel becomes a reality, a concept that has fascinated humanity for centuries, and yet it brings a plethora of questions and ethical dilemmas. One of the most intriguing ideas that rises from this hypothetical situation is known as the time traveler's dilemma. This thought experiment invites us to ponder what might happen if someone were to travel back in time and alter events, particularly those that could lead to significant changes in the present or future. One of the most famous versions of this dilemma is the grandfather paradox, which poses a fascinating question. What if a time traveler goes back to the past and accidentally prevents their grandfather from meeting their grandmother? If this happens, the time traveler would never be born, leading to an apparent contradiction. It's a perplexing circular problem that raises questions about causality and the nature of time itself. Some theorists suggest that the universe might find a way to preserve timelines, meaning that any changes made by a time traveler would either be impossible or would result in a different timeline altogether. This leads to the idea of parallel universes, where every decision creates a new branch of reality, allowing the time traveler to exist in one timeline while their original self exists in another. Another intriguing aspect of the time traveler's dilemma revolves around the ethical implications of changing historical events. If a time traveler could prevent disasters or save lives, should they? For instance, if someone were to travel back to the time of World War II and stop the Holocaust, the impact of such an action could ripple through history in ways that are impossible to predict. Would the consequences of saving millions of lives outweigh the potential for unforeseen negative outcomes? This raises questions about free will, destiny, and the moral responsibility of individuals who have the power to alter history. Additionally, the time traveler's dilemma challenges our understanding of memory and identity. If a time traveler were to change something significant in their past, how would that affect their memories? Would they retain the knowledge of the original timeline, or would their entire identity shift with the changes? This leads us to consider whether our memories and experiences define who we are, or if there's a deeper essence of identity that remains unchanged, regardless of the timeline. In literature and film, the time traveler's dilemma has been explored through various narratives, from H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to movies like Back to the Future. These stories often highlight the excitement and danger that come with time travel. Temporal paradoxes, often a topic of fascination in science fiction and philosophy, arise when we consider the implications of time travel and the potential inconsistencies it creates in our understanding of cause and effect. One of the most famous examples is the grandfather paradox, which poses a question about what would happen if a time traveler went back in time and inadvertently prevented their grandfather from meeting their grandmother. If that were to occur, the time traveler would never be born. So how could they have traveled back in time in the first place? This paradox challenges our conventional understanding of time as a straight line, suggesting instead that events may be interconnected in ways that defy our usual logic. Another intriguing paradox is the bootstrap paradox, which involves an object or piece of information sent back in time, which then becomes the very cause of itself existing in the future. For example, imagine a time traveler who goes back to the past and hands Shakespeare a copy of his own works, which Shakespeare then publishes. The question arises, who actually wrote the works? Did Shakespeare create them, or were they simply passed to him from the future? This paradox raises questions about the nature of authorship and originality, suggesting that timelines can loop back on themselves in complex ways. Temporal paradoxes also lead to discussions about alternate realities or timelines. The idea here is that when a time traveler makes a change in the past, it could create a branching timeline where the original timeline continues to exist alongside the new one created by the time traveler's actions. This concept allows for the possibility of multiple outcomes, which can coexist without contradicting each other. It's a popular notion in many science fiction narratives, where characters may navigate between different realities, each with its own unique history and future. In the realm of physics, temporal paradoxes challenge our understanding of time as a dimension. Some theories, such as those proposed by physicist Kip Thorne, suggest that if time travel were possible, it might only occur under specific conditions, such as through a wormhole, which connects two separate points in space-time. However, the existence of such structures remains theoretical, and many physicists argue that the laws of physics prevent time travel to the past altogether, thereby avoiding paradoxes entirely. Furthermore, the philosophical implications of temporal paradoxes can be deeply thought-provoking. They invite us to consider free will versus determinism, and whether our actions are predetermined by the timeline we inhabit. If a time traveler can change the past, does that mean the future? Wormholes, those fascinating shortcuts through the fabric of space-time, have captured the imagination of scientists and science fiction enthusiasts alike, serving as a theoretical bridge between distant parts of the universe or even different points in time. The concept of a wormhole, first proposed by physicist Albert Einstein and mathematician Nathan Rosen in 1935, suggests that if two points in space-time can be connected, it might allow for instantaneous travel between them. This idea, while speculative, opens up thrilling possibilities for time travel. Imagine a tunnel with one end located in the present and the other in the distant past or future. Theoretically, if one could traverse this tunnel, one could arrive at a different time altogether. However, the practicality of such a journey remains a significant barrier, as wormholes, if they exist, would likely be extremely unstable, collapsing almost instantly after formation. To keep such a wormhole open, exotic matter with negative energy density would be required, something that has yet to be discovered or created. This leads to the intriguing question of whether the existence of wormholes could allow for time travel, and if so, what implications would arise from it. Some theoretical physicists have proposed that if a wormhole could be stabilized, it might allow for a form of time travel that could lead to paradoxes, such as the famous grandfather paradox, where a time traveler could potentially prevent their own existence by altering past events. Such scenarios spark debates about the nature of time itself, raising questions about determinism versus free will. In addition to these philosophical implications, the study of wormholes also intersects with quantum mechanics, where the behavior of particles at a subatomic level challenges our understanding of time and causality. Interestingly, some theories suggest that time might not be linear as we perceive it, but rather a complex network where multiple timelines could coexist. This idea opens the door to the concept of multiverses, where every decision creates a branching timeline. If wormholes could connect these timelines, it might provide a way to navigate through various realities, further complicating the already intricate relationship between time and space. Despite the theoretical nature of wormholes and time travel, scientists continue to explore these ideas, hoping to unlock the mysteries of the universe. Research in general relativity, quantum mechanics, and even astrophysics pushes the boundaries of our understanding, leading to new insights and potential breakthroughs. As we delve deeper into the fabric of space-time, popular culture has a fascinating way of shaping our beliefs and perceptions, especially when it comes to complex concepts like time travel. Movies, television shows, books, and even video games have woven intricate narratives around the idea of moving through time, and these narratives have in many ways influenced how people think about the possibility of time travel. Think about iconic films like Back to the Future, where audiences are captivated by the idea of hopping into a DeLorean, setting a date, and zooming through time. This portrayal, while entertaining, sparks curiosity and wonder about the actual science behind time travel, even leading some fans to explore theoretical physics, black holes, and the nature of time itself. Moreover, television series like Doctor Who, which has been a staple of British pop culture since the 1960s, presents time travel not just as a scientific concept, but as a thrilling narrative device. The show's ability to blend historical events with science fiction allows viewers to imagine a world where they could not only witness significant moments in history, but also interact with them. This imaginative approach often leads fans to ponder the implications of time travel on human history and the ethical considerations that might arise from altering past events. Books, too, have played a significant role in shaping beliefs about time travel. Authors like H. Wells, with his classic The Time Machine, introduce readers to the concept of time as a dimension that can be navigated. Such literature often raises profound questions about the nature of progress, the future of humanity, and the consequences of our actions. These themes resonate with readers, encouraging a belief that time travel, whether possible or not, is intertwined with our understanding of existence and destiny. In addition to these narratives, video games have also contributed to the discourse on time travel. Games like Chrono Trigger have allowed players to experience time travel in an interactive way, making choices that affect various timelines and outcomes. This participatory form of storytelling not only entertains, but also offers players a sense of agency over time and its events. Further embedding the concept into popular culture, the influence of pop culture extends beyond just entertainment. It fosters discussions in scientific communities and among enthusiasts. For example, physicists and theorists often reference popular media when explaining complex ideas about time, relativity, and wormholes, bridging the gap between scientific theory and public understanding. This crossover can lead to greater interest in real-world science as people become eager to learn more about the possibilities. The concept of time as a dimension is a fascinating topic that intertwines physics, philosophy, and our everyday experiences. Viewed as a linear progression where events occur in a sequence allowing us to measure durations and intervals, and this perception aligns with how we experience life, moments passing one after the other, from past to present to future. However, when we delve into the realms of modern physics, particularly in the context of Einstein's theory of relativity, our understanding of time shifts dramatically. Einstein proposed that time is not an absolute constant as previously thought, but rather a dimension that is intertwined with space, forming what we call space-time. This means that the fabric of the universe is not just a three-dimensional space, but a four-dimensional continuum where time plays a crucial role in how we perceive reality. In this framework, time can be affected by speed and gravity, leading to phenomena such as time dilation, where a clock moving at high speeds ticks more slowly compared to a stationary clock. This has been confirmed through numerous experiments, including those involving atomic clocks on high-speed jets. Such findings challenge our intuitive understanding of time and highlight how it can bend and stretch depending on the conditions of the universe. Moreover, the implications of time as a dimension also extend to the concept of the block universe, where past, present, and future exist simultaneously, suggesting that all moments are equally real rather than just the present being the only reality. Philosophers have long debated the nature of time, grappling with questions of whether it is an objective feature of the universe or a subjective experience created by human consciousness. Some argue that time is simply a way for us to organize our experiences, while others maintain that it has an existence independent of our perceptions. This philosophical inquiry adds another layer to our understanding of time, as it forces us to confront our assumptions about reality and existence. In the context of cosmology, scientists explore how time began with the Big Bang, marking the start of the universe and, as a result, the beginning of time itself. This brings us to the intriguing idea of whether time could exist without events to mark its passage. Some theories even suggest that time may not be a fundamental aspect of the universe, but rather an emergent property that arises from more fundamental processes, which prompts questions about the ultimate nature of reality. As we explore time further, we encounter the concept of arrow of time, which refers to the one-way direction. Time loops, a fascinating concept both in fiction and theoretical physics, offer a unique lens through which we can explore the nature of time, causality, and human experience. In many stories, such as the classic film Groundhog Day, the protagonist finds themselves repeating the same day over and over, facing challenges and opportunities for growth while they navigate the complexities of their situation. Freaking questions about the nature of time itself. Could it be possible that, in reality, time behaves in a way that allows for loops or cycles in theoretical physics? Particularly in discussions surrounding general relativity and quantum mechanics, scientists have speculated about scenarios where time might not be as linear as we perceive it. Some theories suggest that under certain conditions, such as near a black hole or during cosmic events, time could behave in a non-linear fashion. This leads to thoughts about closed time-like curves, where an object could theoretically return to its own past. While no experimental evidence currently supports the existence of time loops in our universe, the concept invites endless imagination and inquiry. Moreover, time loops in fiction often serve as powerful narrative devices, allowing characters to confront their mistakes, learn valuable lessons, and ultimately transform. This theme resonates with audiences, as it reflects real-life experiences of learning from the past, making choices, and the desire to change outcomes. The repetitive nature of time loops can symbolize the struggles we face when learning and growing, highlighting how each repetition brings new insights, even in the face of frustration and despair. Interestingly, some scientists have proposed that our perception of time might be an illusion. The idea that time could be more like a landscape, where all moments exist simultaneously rather than sequentially, opens up even more philosophical questions. This notion aligns with certain interpretations of quantum physics, where particles exist in a state of probability until they are observed, leading to discussions about the role of consciousness in shaping reality. In literature and media, time loops also explore the concept of fate versus free will, as characters grapple with their ability to change the future while being trapped in a repeating scenario. The tension between destiny and choice creates rich narratives, encouraging viewers and readers to ponder their own lives. Can we change our fates, or are we bound to repeat patterns until we learn our lessons? These questions resonate deeply as they mirror the struggles many face in the pursuit of personal growth and understanding. As we delve into the realm of time loops, we cannot ignore the cultural significance they hold. In the realm of time travel, there are many fascinating tales, but one of the most intriguing involves a man named John Titor, who claimed to be a time traveler from the year 2036. Titor's story emerged in the early 2000s when he began posting on internet forums, sharing details about his supposed journey through time. He described a bleak future filled with civil unrest and war. But what captivates many is his alleged warning about the events of September 11, 2001. According to Titor, he had traveled back to the early 21st century to retrieve an IBM 5100 computer, which he claimed was necessary to debug legacy computer systems in his time. While his primary focus was on technology, he also made ominous predictions about the future, hinting at significant upheaval and disaster. Titor's posts sparked widespread intrigue, with many people pondering whether he was a hoax or if there was any truth to his extraordinary claims. Some of his statements seemed eerily prescient, as he spoke of a major attack on U.S. soil, which many interpreted as a reference to the 9/11 attacks, despite the fact that he did not specify the date or nature of the attack. This ambiguity has led to much debate among enthusiasts of conspiracy theories, with some suggesting that he could have had insider knowledge, while others argue that his predictions were vague enough to apply to various situations. Interestingly, Titor's story didn't just revolve around his warnings. It also delved into the mechanics of time travel. He explained that time travel, in his experience, wasn't as simple as hopping into a machine and zipping through time. Instead, Titor described a complex relationship between timelines and parallel universes, implying that his actions in the past could potentially create alternate realities. This aspect of his narrative has fascinated both science fiction fans and those interested in the philosophical implications of time travel. Critics of Titor point out numerous inconsistencies in his story, including details about his supposed timeline and the technology he referenced. Some believe that his claims were fabricated, designed purely for entertainment or to provoke thought among readers. Yet, despite the skepticism, Titor's story has remained a topic of discussion for years, spawning countless articles, videos, and discussions across various platforms. The allure of time travel, coupled with the chilling foresight of a catastrophic event, has kept Titor's legend alive, as people continue to explore the boundaries. Throughout history, the concept of time travel has fascinated people, appearing not only in modern science fiction, but also in ancient texts, where authors and thinkers pondered the idea of moving through time. One of the earliest examples can be found in the Indian epic the Mahabharata, which features a character named King Ravata, who travels to meet Lord Brahma in a realm beyond time. Upon returning to Earth, he discovers that many years have passed, illustrating a form of time dilation similar to concepts in modern physics. Ancient Greek philosophers also touched upon the idea, with Heraclitus suggesting that time is ever-changing, while Plato in his dialogues hinted at the notion of alternate realities, where one could experience different timelines. In the Jewish mystical text, the Zohar, there are references to the concept of the tree of life, which symbolizes different paths of existence, some of which could be seen as timelines that diverge and intersect, leading to the idea that time may not be linear, but instead a complex tapestry of events. Similarly, in the Chinese text, the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu discusses the flow of time and how it is interconnected with nature and existence, implying a cyclical understanding of time rather than a strict progression. These ancient philosophies suggest that the idea of time travel might not be a modern invention, but rather a deep-rooted human curiosity, reflected in the way our ancestors understood the universe. Moreover, in the 12th century Persian text, the Book of Knowledge of Ingenious Mechanical Devices, by Ismail al-Jazari, There are designs for mechanical devices that could manipulate time, showcasing an early interest in controlling the temporal flow. The concept of time travel also appears in works from the Middle Ages, like the tales of the Seven Sleepers of Ephesus, where a group of young men falls asleep for centuries only to awaken in a completely different era, representing a shift in time that captures the imagination of those who hear the tale. In literature, the idea has been explored in various forms, such as in the story of Rip Van Winkle by Washington Irving, where the protagonist falls asleep for 20 years and wakes to find his world dramatically changed, reflecting societal shifts and the passage of time. These narratives, both ancient and traditional, reveal a profound human desire to understand, confront, and sometimes escape the constraints of time, leading to intriguing discussions among scholars and enthusiasts alike. Time travelers, whether real or imagined. The concept of time travel has fascinated people for centuries, inspiring countless stories, movies, and theories. But what does science actually say about it? At its core, time travel involves moving between different points in time, much like we move between different points in space. The most recognized theory related to time travel comes from Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, which provides a framework for understanding how time and space are interconnected. According to this theory, time is not a constant, but can be affected by factors such as speed and gravity. For example, the faster an object moves, the slower time passes for it relative to a stationary observer, a phenomenon known as time dilation. This means that astronauts traveling at high speeds in space would age more slowly compared to people on Earth, a concept that has been confirmed through various experiments, including those involving atomic clocks placed on fast-moving jets. Moreover, there are theoretical constructs like wormholes, which are hypothetical passages through space-time that could create shortcuts between distant points in time and space. While these ideas are intriguing, the actual existence of wormholes remains unproven, and they would require conditions and materials such as negative energy that have yet to be discovered or understood. Another fascinating aspect of time travel involves the concept of closed time-like curves, where the fabric of space-time loops back on itself, potentially allowing someone to revisit a point in their past. However, these scenarios often lead to paradoxes, such as the famous grandfather paradox, where a time traveler could potentially prevent their own existence by altering past events. In addition, quantum mechanics introduces another layer of complexity to the discussion of time travel. Some interpretations suggest that every possible event creates a branching timeline, leading to multiple realities where different outcomes exist simultaneously. This idea raises questions about the nature of choice and destiny, as well as the implications of traveling back to alter significant historical events. While the scientific community has not reached a consensus on whether time travel is possible, it continues to be a rich area of research, with physicists exploring the boundaries of our understanding of time, space, and the universe itself. Furthermore, recent advancements in technology have sparked renewed interest in the idea of time travel, particularly in the field of quantum computing, which may one day allow us to simulate complex models of time and space. As scientists push the limits of what we know, the dream of time travel remains an alluring, albeit elusive possibility, capturing our imaginations and challenging our perceptions of time as linear black holes. Mysterious and powerful regions of space have long fascinated scientists and science enthusiasts alike, particularly when it comes to their potential role in time travel theories. At the heart of a black hole lies the singularity, a point where gravity becomes infinitely strong and the laws of physics as we know them break down. Surrounding this singularity is the event horizon, the point of no return beyond which nothing, not even light, can escape the immense gravitational pull. This unique structure raises intriguing questions about time and space, as they are intertwined with the fabric of the universe. The concept of time travel often leads us to think about wormholes, which are hypothetical tunnels in space-time that could connect distant points in the universe or different times. Some theories suggest that if a wormhole could be created, it might allow for shortcuts through time and space, potentially enabling travel to the past or future. Black holes, being regions of extreme mass and gravity, are thought to be potential candidates for forming such wormholes. Theoretical physicist Kip Thorne proposed that if a rotating black hole, known as a Kerr black hole, could be stabilized, it might create a traversable wormhole, allowing for time travel. However, the idea of using black holes for time travel is not without its challenges, as the intense gravitational forces near a black hole could pose significant dangers. For instance, the tidal forces near the event horizon could stretch and compress objects in a process known as spaghettification, making it perilous for anything, including a spacecraft, to approach too closely. Furthermore, even if a wormhole could be formed, it might require exotic matter with negative energy density to keep it open, a substance that has yet to be discovered or understood. Another fascinating aspect of black holes in the context of time travel is the concept of time dilation. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time moves differently depending on the strength of the gravitational field. Near a black hole, time would pass more slowly compared to areas further away. This means that if an astronaut were to orbit a black hole, they could experience time at a different rate than someone far from its gravitational influence. If they were to return to a region of weaker gravity, they might find that more time has passed for those who remained behind, creating a form of time travel into the future. The interplay between black holes and time travel remains an area of active research, with astrophysicists exploring the implications of these cosmic time travel. A concept that has fascinated humanity for centuries, raises intriguing questions about the nature of consciousness itself. When we think about time travel, we often imagine the ability to move backward or forward through time, visiting different eras, witnessing historical events, or even meeting our future selves. But what if time travel is not just a physical journey? What if it also involves a deeper exploration of our consciousness? Some scientists and philosophers suggest that time travel could be more about perception than actual movement through time. They argue that consciousness might not be bound by the linear progression of time as we understand it. This idea aligns with certain interpretations of quantum physics, where time is seen as a dimension that can be navigated in non-linear ways. One fascinating aspect of consciousness is its connection to memory. Our memories shape who we are, anchoring us in the present, while also allowing us to reflect on the past. If we could time travel, would our memories of past experiences change? Would we return with new insights? Or would we find that the essence of those moments remains untouched, regardless of the journey? This line of thinking invites us to consider whether our consciousness might serve as a type of time machine, enabling us to revisit moments in our lives through the lens of our memories. Moreover, the concept of parallel universes adds another layer to the discussion of time travel and consciousness. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics suggests that every decision we make might create a branching of realities. If this is true, then in a way, every moment of our lives could be seen as a point of time travel, where our consciousness shifts from one version of reality to another. This raises profound questions about identity and the self. If multiple versions of ourselves exist across different timelines, how does that affect our understanding of who we are? Some theorists propose that consciousness might be a fundamental aspect of the universe, much like space and time. This idea suggests that consciousness is not merely a product of biological processes, but rather a fundamental part of reality. If consciousness is indeed intrinsic to the fabric of the universe, it could imply that time travel, in some form, is accessible to all of us, not just through technology, but through shifts in awareness and perception. Then, there's the intriguing concept of the butterfly effect, which highlights how small changes in the past can lead to significant consequences in the future. If we could travel back in time and alter even a minor event, how? The ethics of time travel is a fascinating topic that brings together science fiction, philosophy, and moral considerations, making us ponder the implications of altering time. Imagine being able to visit the past, witness historical events firsthand, or even prevent tragedies. However, such capabilities raise a multitude of questions. For instance, if someone were to travel back in time and change a significant event, what ripple effects would that create in the present? This idea is often referred to as the butterfly effect, where even a small change in the past can lead to dramatic differences in the future, which raises concerns about responsibility and the potential consequences of our actions. Additionally, there's the question of personal ethics. If one had the opportunity to save a loved one from a tragic fate, would it be morally acceptable to do so, even if it meant altering the course of history? This dilemma highlights the conflict between individual desires and the greater good, sparking debates about whether it is justifiable to prioritize personal relationships over the natural flow of time. Furthermore, if time travel were possible, it could lead to a scenario where individuals with selfish motives might exploit it for their gain, creating a new set of moral challenges regarding power dynamics and fairness. Moreover, the implications of time travel extend into the realm of justice. Consider a scenario where someone could travel back in time to collect evidence that could exonerate an innocent person. This raises critical questions about the integrity of the justice system and whether time travelers would be considered witnesses or participants in events that they have altered. Would their actions be viewed as heroic or as a violation of the timeline, potentially leading to legal ramifications? Another layer to this ethical quandary involves the potential for time tourism, where people might visit historical events for leisure. This raises concerns about commodifying history and whether it is respectful to witness or even interfere in significant moments that shaped human experience. The idea of witnessing events like major wars, natural disasters, or pivotal social movements, while thrilling, also poses the risk of trivializing the suffering and struggles of those who lived through those times. Furthermore, there's the question of historical accuracy. If time travel were to become a reality, how would travelers ensure that they don't unintentionally alter facts? Would history become a malleable construct, shaped by those who have the ability to travel through it? The responsibility of historians and time travelers alike would be immense, as they would have to navigate the delicate balance between preserving the past and the temptation to transcend it. The concept of time travel has fascinated humanity for centuries, inspiring countless stories, movies, and theories. Imagine a journal that chronicles the experiences of someone who claims to have traveled through time, recording their observations, emotions, and encounters. Such a journal would not only capture the imagination, but it would also raise intriguing questions about the nature of time and the reality of alternate histories. In this hypothetical time traveler's journal, the entries would reflect a mix of excitement, confusion, and wonder. For example, one entry might describe the traveler's arrival in ancient Egypt, where they witnessed the construction of the Great Pyramid, marveling at the sheer scale of the project and the ingenuity of the workers. The traveler could detail the sights and sounds of the bustling city of Giza, painting a vivid picture of daily life during that era, while also trying to navigate the complexities of communication with the locals, who speak a language long lost to time. Another entry could transport the traveler to the Renaissance, a period marked by incredible artistic and scientific advancement. Here they might have the chance to meet iconic figures like Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo, observing them at work in their studios. The traveler could reflect on how different the world feels, with the air buzzing with creativity and innovation, and document their thoughts on the importance of this time in shaping modern society. The traveler might also grapple with the ethical dilemma of influencing historical events. when their presence could change the course of history itself. As the journal continues, the traveler might find themselves in the midst of significant historical events, such as the signing of the Declaration of Independence or the first moon landing. In these entries, they would note not only the atmosphere and emotions of the people involved, but also their own feelings of being an outsider looking in, grappling with the weight of witnessing history firsthand. The tension of being in a moment that seems monumental, yet feeling powerless to alter any outcomes, could add a poignant layer to their experiences. Moreover, the journal could touch on the more whimsical aspects of time travel, exploring encounters with fictional characters or mythical beings. Perhaps the traveler meets a famous character from literature, engaging in a conversation that reveals deeper insights into the human experience or the struggles faced by that character in their own story. This blending of reality and fiction would create a rich tapestry of narratives, inviting readers to ponder the boundaries between truth and imagination. Throughout the journal, the traveler would also reflect on the philosophical implications of time travel. Questions about fate. Throughout history, there have been numerous conspiracy theories suggesting that governments have been involved in secret projects related to time travel, sparking a mix of fascination and skepticism among the public. One of the most notable theories is linked to the Philadelphia experiment, which allegedly took place during World War II. According to this urban legend, the U.S. Navy conducted a series of experiments aiming to make the USS Eldridge, a naval destroyer escort, invisible to radar. However, some accounts suggest that the experiment went awry, leading to the ship not only becoming invisible, but also, perhaps, traveling through time. While the official narrative claims it was a failed attempt at radar invisibility, conspiracy theorists argue that the crew experienced bizarre phenomena, including teleportation, and some even claim that they witnessed events from the future or past. Although the US Navy has denied the existence of such experiments, the story has captivated many, leading to numerous books, documentaries, and fictional adaptations. Another intriguing topic in the realm of time travel conspiracies involves Project Montauk, which is said to have taken place at the Montauk Air Force Station in New York. This theory posits that secret experiments were conducted to manipulate time and space, leading to the creation of a time machine. Those who believe in the Montauk Project suggest that it involves psychological warfare and mind control, using children as test subjects to enhance their mental abilities. Proponents of this theory often reference the testimony of alleged survivors who claim they experienced time slips, traveling to different periods in history, and even interacting with extraterrestrial beings. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the Montauk Project has inspired a cult following and has influenced popular culture, including the hit Netflix series Stranger Things, which draws from similar themes of government experimentation and alternate realities. The concept of time travel also appears in the context of the infamous time traveler from the future known as John Titor. In the early 2000s, a person claiming to be a time traveler from the year 2036 appeared on online forums, sharing predictions about future events and describing the technology of his time. He asserted that he had traveled to the past to retrieve an IBM 5100 computer, which he claimed was essential to debugging computer systems in his timeline. Titor's posts included detailed descriptions of future wars, societal breakdowns, and how the world would change, capturing the imagination of many. While skeptics dismissed Titor's claims as hoaxes, the discussion's speculative time travel, a concept that has fascinated humanity for centuries, often finds its roots in the realms of science fiction, yet it also intertwines with real scientific theories and technological advancements. At its core, technology plays a pivotal role in how we imagine and even theorize about the possibility of moving through time. One of the most intriguing aspects of time travel is the idea of wormholes, which are theoretical passages through space-time that could create shortcuts connecting distant points in time and space. These concepts, while still in the realm of theory, are grounded in Einstein's general theory of relativity, which describes how gravity can warp space-time, giving rise to possibilities that challenge our understanding of the universe. Moreover, advancements in quantum physics have led to discussions about the nature of time itself. Quantum entanglement, for example, suggests that particles can be interconnected beyond the constraints of time and space, leading some scientists to speculate about the potential for time travel. This intersection of technology and theoretical physics opens up a world of possibilities, where devices imagined in popular culture, such as time machines, could theoretically become more than just fiction. In literature and film, we've seen various interpretations of time travel, from H.G. Wells' The Time Machine to the more recent Interstellar, each presenting unique technological solutions for traversing the timeline. In this speculative space, virtual reality also plays a fascinating role. By creating immersive environments that simulate past eras, technology allows us to experience historical moments as if we were there, offering a different kind of time travel. This use of VR not only enhances our understanding of history, but also ignites our imagination about what it might be like to witness significant events firsthand. Furthermore, augmented reality could provide layers of context to our everyday surroundings, overlaying historical information or future projections onto our current reality, effectively blending timelines in an innovative way. Artificial intelligence, too, is contributing to the exploration of time travel concepts. By analyzing vast amounts of historical data, AI can help identify patterns and predict potential future scenarios, giving us a form of temporal navigation through information rather than physical travel. This predictive capability raises questions about determinism and free will, echoing themes commonly found in time travel narratives, where characters grapple with the consequences of their actions across different timelines. As we delve deeper into these speculative ideas, we also encounter the ethical implications of time travel technology. If such advancements were to become a reality, how would society regulate travel to the past or future? As we dive into the fascinating realm of the future of humanity and the intriguing theories surrounding time travel, it's essential to first consider the incredible advancements in technology and science that have shaped our understanding of time itself. The concept of time travel has long captivated the imagination of scientists, writers, and dreamers alike, prompting a multitude of theories that explore the possibility of moving through time, both to the past and to the future. One of the most prominent theories is rooted in Einstein's theory of relativity, which suggests that time is not a constant, but rather it can be affected by gravity and speed. According to this theory, as an object approaches the speed of light, time slows down for that object relative to an outside observer. This idea poses the question of whether, in the distant future, humanity could develop the technology to travel at such incredible speeds, allowing for a form of time travel into the future, where one could witness the evolution of society, technology, and the Earth itself. Another intriguing concept is the idea of wormholes, which are theoretical passages through space-time that could create shortcuts for traveling between different points in time and space. Scientists like Kip Thorne have explored the mathematical possibilities of wormholes, suggesting that if they exist and if they could be stabilized, they might allow for time travel, potentially enabling humans to visit different eras. However, the practical challenges of creating or finding a stable wormhole are immense, leaving us to ponder whether time travel is merely a tantalizing fantasy or a future possibility. Moreover, there are philosophical implications of time travel that are equally captivating. For instance, the grandfather paradox raises questions about causality and the nature of time itself. If one were to travel back in time and alter a significant event, such as preventing one's own grandfather from meeting their grandmother, Would that mean the time traveler would never exist? This paradox continues to spark debates among physicists and philosophers, leading to theories that suggest time travel to the past might create alternate timelines or realities, where changes don't affect the original timeline, but rather create a branching path. Additionally, advancements in quantum physics have led to even more speculative ideas about time and reality. The many worlds interpretation, for example, posits that every decision creates a split in the universe, leading to an infinite number of parallel universes. This theory suggests that, if time travel were possible, a traveler might not only visit the past, but could also interact with different versions of reality, each shaped by different choices and events. H.G. Wells, a prominent figure in science fiction literature, had a significant impact on how we perceive time travel today. His novel, The Time Machine, published in 1895, introduced readers to the concept of a machine that could transport individuals through time, allowing them to explore different eras. This idea captured the imagination of many, as it opened up possibilities for both adventure and philosophical exploration. Wells, through his narrative, presented time not just as a linear progression, but as a dimension that could be navigated, much like space. The protagonist's journey to the distant future, where he encounters the Eloi and Morlocks, serves as a reflection on social class and human evolution, which sparked discussions about the implications of time travel on society. Wells' influence extended beyond literature, as his ideas about time travel inspired a multitude of adaptations in film, television, and other media. The portrayal of time machines, often depicted as complex devices, can be traced back to Wells's original concept, which has evolved in various interpretations over the years. This adaptation of time travel into popular culture showcases how his vision resonated with audiences and creators alike. For instance, the iconic TARDIS from Doctor Who, which has become a symbol of time travel in contemporary media, owes much to Wells's foundational ideas about exploring time and space. Moreover, Wells's exploration of time travel was not merely about the mechanics of moving through time. It raised deeper questions about the nature of time itself. His narratives often delved into the ethical and moral dilemmas that arise from meddling with time, such as the potential consequences of altering past events. This thematic richness encouraged readers to contemplate the responsibilities that come with such power, pushing the boundaries of science fiction into philosophical territory. His works prompted thinkers, scientists, and writers to consider the implications of time travel, leading to a broader discussion about its feasibility and the paradoxes involved, such as the famous grandfather paradox. In addition to these narrative and thematic contributions, H.G. Wells's writings also paralleled advancements in scientific thought during his time. As theories of relativity and the nature of time were being explored by physicists like Albert Einstein, Wells's imaginative works seemed to foreshadow these discussions, making science fiction a platform for exploring complex scientific ideas in an accessible manner. This interplay between science and fiction has created a legacy that continues to inspire new generations of writers and scientists, encouraging a dialogue between imagination and reality. The legacy of H.G. Wells' time travel as a concept often belongs to the realm of science fiction. Yet it surprisingly finds its place in various indigenous mythologies around the world, where the past, present, and future are often seen as interconnected. In many indigenous cultures, time is not viewed linearly, like a straight line from past to future, but rather as a cyclical phenomenon, where events can repeat and influence one another across generations. For instance, in some Native American traditions, stories about creation and the ancestors are not just tales told for entertainment, but they serve as essential teachings, where the actions of the past resonate in the present and can even shape the future. In these narratives, characters may traverse different time periods, learning lessons that are relevant across ages, emphasizing that the wisdom of ancestors is always present, guiding current and future generations. In Australian Aboriginal cultures, the concept of dreamtime illustrates a form of time travel through stories and songs, where the past is alive and accessible, allowing individuals to connect with their ancestors and the creation of the world. Dreamtime is not only a time of creation, but also a space where the spirits of the past coexist with the living, enabling a profound connection with history and identity. This belief system allows for a continuous dialogue with the past, where lessons learned by ancestors can inform present actions and decisions, reinforcing the idea that time is a shared experience rather than a mere sequence of events. Similarly, in many African cultures, folklore often includes elements of time travel, where characters may journey to the past to gain wisdom or to alter events for the better. These stories frequently highlight the importance of community and collective memory, showcasing how the experiences of those who came before are vital to understanding one's place in the world. The concept of ancestors watching over the living, guiding them, and sometimes intervening in the affairs of the present, reflects a belief that time does not simply move forward, but is a complex web of experiences and influences. In Mesoamerican cultures, such as the Maya, there are rich traditions involving time, where the calendar systems are intricately linked to their cosmology, linking celestial events to historical occurrences. The Maya viewed time as a series of cycles, where significant events could be revisited and understood through a broader cosmic lens. Their creation myths often involve deities who navigate different realms and times, showcasing not just a connection to the past, but a fluidity of time that allows for the possibility of change and renewal. Furthermore, the concept of time travel has fascinated humanity for centuries, sparking countless stories, theories, and debates about its potential impact on historical events. Imagine, if you will, someone traveling back to ancient Rome, witnessing the construction of the Colosseum, or perhaps even meeting Julius Caesar. The mere idea of altering the timeline raises numerous questions about the fabric of history itself. If someone were to change a small detail, like preventing a significant battle from occurring, how would that ripple through time, potentially leading to a completely different present? Some theorists suggest that time travel could lead to paradoxes, such as the well-known grandfather paradox, where a time traveler might inadvertently prevent their own existence by altering events in the past. This leads to intriguing discussions about fate versus free will, and whether the timeline is fixed or malleable. In literature and films, this idea is often explored, showcasing characters who faced dire consequences after meddling with time, illustrating the chaotic nature of attempting to change established events. On a more scientific note, theories in physics, particularly those relating to wormholes and the theory of relativity, suggest that time travel could be theoretically possible. If one could travel faster than light, or find a shortcut through space-time, the implications could be profound. However, even with our best scientific understanding, the potential to interact with the past remains purely speculative, and for now is confined to the realms of imagination and fiction. Moreover, the cultural impact of time travel as a concept is significant. It allows people to reflect on history, to consider the consequences of actions, and to engage with ethical dilemmas. For instance, if a time traveler were to witness the signing of the Declaration of Independence, they might be compelled to intervene, raising questions about the morality of such an action. Would it be right to disrupt an event that shaped a nation? These scenarios provoke thought and discussion about responsibility and the weight of historical decisions. Additionally, the impact of time travel could extend to our understanding of history itself. With the ability to observe events firsthand, historians could gain insights that are currently lost to time, correcting misunderstandings and filling in gaps in our knowledge. Imagine being able to see ancient civilizations in their prime, to understand their cultures more deeply, and to witness how they perceived the world around them. This could lead to a richer, more nuanced understanding of human history, revealing the complexities of past societies. In popular culture, time travel often serves as a vehicle for discussing contemporary time travel, a concept that has long fascinated both scientists and philosophers, opens up a myriad of philosophical implications that challenge our understanding of reality, causality, and existence itself. Imagine for a moment the idea that one could traverse not just the physical space around us, but also the very fabric of time, moving backward or forward to experience events that have already occurred or those yet to unfold. One of the most profound questions that arises from this idea is about the nature of free will. If time travel were possible, would our choices still be our own, or would they be predetermined by the timeline we are navigating? This leads to another interesting consideration, the paradoxes that time travel introduces, such as the famous grandfather paradox, where a time traveler might accidentally prevent their own existence by altering the past. Such scenarios pose challenging questions about causality. Moreover, the implications for identity and self become particularly intriguing in the context of time travel. If a person were to meet their past or future self, how would they reconcile the differences in their experiences, beliefs, and personalities? This raises questions about the continuity of the self and whether we are the same person at different points in time, or if we are, in essence, different individuals altogether, shaped by the experiences we have had. Additionally, the moral and ethical dilemmas involved in time travel cannot be overlooked. For instance, if one could go back in time and prevent a tragedy, should they do it? What would be the moral responsibility of a time traveler, knowing they have the power to change significant historical events? The concept of time itself also comes under scrutiny in philosophical discussions about time travel. Is time linear, as we often perceive it? Or is it more akin to a complex web of interconnected events, where past, present, and future coexist simultaneously? This challenges the conventional understanding of time as a straightforward progression and opens up debates about the nature of reality itself. Furthermore, if time travel were possible, it could suggest that time is not an absolute continuum, but rather a dimension that can be navigated, leading to questions about the nature of existence and whether our perceived reality is just one of many possible timelines. As we delve deeper into these philosophical implications, we find ourselves contemplating the nature of reality and how our understanding of time influences our perception of existence. The idea of multiple timelines, branching realities, and alternate histories. Dreams often serve as a fascinating narrative device in time travel stories, acting as gateways to different times and places, while also reflecting the innermost thoughts and feelings of the characters. Many authors and filmmakers have used dreams to explore the concept of time travel, blurring the lines between reality and imagination. In these narratives, dreams can transport characters to the past or future, allowing them to experience events that shape their understanding of reality or even change the course of their lives. For instance, in works like Inception, dreams can be manipulated and crafted to create entire worlds where time flows differently, presenting a unique take on how time travel might function. Additionally, dreams often symbolize deeper psychological journeys, where characters confront their fears, desires, or unresolved issues. This not only adds layers to the narrative, but also engages the audience, prompting them to reflect on their own experiences with dreams and time. The surreal quality of dreams allows for non-linear storytelling, where events do not follow a traditional timeline, making the experience feel both disorienting and intriguing. Moreover, in some narratives, dreams act as warnings or prophecies, hinting at events that are yet to unfold, offering a glimpse into possible futures. This idea ties into the notion of fate versus free will, as characters grapple with the knowledge of what their dreams might reveal and whether they can change their destiny. Classic literature and modern films alike have embraced this theme, showcasing how dreams can serve as a bridge between different times and realities, encouraging characters and viewers to question the nature of time itself. Furthermore, the imagery and symbolism found in dreams can enrich the world-building of a story, creating a vivid tapestry that reflects the character's inner landscape. Authors often intertwine dream sequences with the main plot, allowing for a richer exploration of themes such as memory, loss, and identity. In this way, dreams become not just a plot device, but a fundamental aspect of the characters' journeys, giving insights into their motivations and emotional states. In exploring the role of dreams within time travel narratives, one can also consider the philosophical implications that arise. The concept of time in relation to dreams invites discussions about the nature of consciousness and reality. Are dreams merely reflections of our subconscious, or could they be glimpses into alternate realities? This line of questioning opens the door to various interpretations, making the narrative more engaging and thought-provoking. As these narratives unfold, the audience is often left to ponder the significance of their own dreams. Time travel, a fascinating concept that has captured human imagination for centuries, raises intriguing questions about fate and the nature of our existence. The idea of traveling through time, whether to visit the past or leap into the future, presents a paradox that has been explored in various cultures, myths, and scientific theories. In literature and film, time travel often leads to the idea of changing historical events, which brings up the question of whether altering the past can affect our present and future. Many stories depict characters who, upon returning from a journey to the past, realize that even small changes can have monumental consequences, a concept often referred to as the butterfly effect. This effect suggests that a minor action, like stepping on a butterfly in the past, could lead to significant changes in the timeline, impacting history in unforeseen ways. On the scientific front, theories related to time travel, such as those proposed by physicists like Albert Einstein and Kip Thorne, delve into the fabric of space-time, a four-dimensional continuum that combines the three dimensions of space with time. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time is not a constant, but a variable that can be manipulated under extreme conditions, such as near the speed of light or within the gravitational pull of a black hole. This leads to discussions about wormholes, hypothetical passages through space-time that could allow for travel between different points in time. However, the feasibility of such travel remains purely theoretical, and paradoxes abound, such as the famous grandfather paradox, which questions what would happen if you traveled back in time and prevented your grandparents from meeting. Fate, on the other hand, is often seen as a predetermined course of events, suggesting that our lives are mapped out in advance, regardless of our actions. This notion raises a captivating debate. If time travel were possible, would it mean that we could change our fate, or are we bound to follow a set path no matter what? Some philosophies propose that every potential decision creates a branching timeline, resulting in a multiverse where every possibility exists. In this view, time travelers could explore alternate realities, each shaped by different choices and events, leading to a rich tapestry of existence. The intersection of time travel and fate also prompts questions about free will. If individuals have the power to change their past or future, do they truly have control over their destinies? This philosophical dilemma has been a recurring theme in various narratives, where characters grapple with the implications of their choices and the potential. Throughout the history of literature, the theme of time travel has captivated the imagination of readers and writers alike, with many authors exploring the fascinating concept of individuals who venture through time, experiencing different eras, cultures, and events. One of the earliest examples can be found in H.G. Wells' classic novel, The Time Machine, published in 1895, which introduces readers to an unnamed time traveler who journeys far into the future, discovering both marvels and dangers in a world transformed by time. This groundbreaking work not only set the stage for countless future stories about time travel, but it also raised questions about the consequences of manipulating time, as well as the ethical implications of altering history. Another notable example is found in Mark Twain's A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, released in 1889, where the protagonist, Hank Morgan, is transported back to medieval England. Twain's satirical novel cleverly juxtaposes modern sensibilities with the romanticized notions of chivalry and knighthood, allowing readers to explore themes of progress, technology, and the absurdities of both past and present. The humor and wit embedded in Twain's narrative invites readers to reflect on how far society has come, while also recognizing the timeless nature of certain human follies. In contemporary literature, time travel takes on even more intriguing forms. For instance, in Audrey Niffenegger's The Time Traveler's Wife, published in 2003, the story explores the complexities of love and fate through the eyes of Henry, who involuntarily travels through time, often appearing in different moments of his life and the life of his wife, Claire. The emotional depth of this narrative challenges the notion of linear time, asking readers to consider how relationships endure despite the unpredictable nature of existence, and how love can transcend the boundaries of time. Moreover, the concept of time travel is often portrayed through the lens of science fiction, leading to imaginative stories such as 22nd November, 63 by Stephen King, where a man discovers a portal to the past and attempts to prevent the assassination of John F. Kennedy. King's novel delves into the unforeseen consequences of attempting to change historical events, highlighting the delicate balance between fate and free will, and prompting readers to ponder whether altering the past could lead to a better future or create unintended chaos. Additionally, works like Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut utilize time travel as a narrative device to comment on the absurdity of war and the human mind. The concept of time travel has fascinated people for centuries, igniting imaginations and sparking debates among scientists, philosophers, and science fiction enthusiasts alike. At the heart of this intrigue lies the idea of parallel universes, which suggests that there could be multiple realities existing simultaneously, each with different outcomes, timelines, and events. The connection between time travel and parallel universes is a topic that has gained traction in both scientific theories and popular culture, particularly through stories in books, movies, and television shows. One of the most discussed theories is the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which posits that every time a decision is made, the universe splits into different branches, creating alternate realities. This means that every choice, no matter how small, leads to the creation of a new universe where a different outcome occurs. If we consider time travel in this context, when a traveler goes back to a specific point in time and alters an event, it doesn't simply change the original timeline. Instead, it creates a new branch of reality. So, in essence, time travelers might not return to their own timeline, but rather to a parallel universe where events have unfolded differently due to their actions. The idea of traveling through time to interact with alternate realities opens up a plethora of possibilities. For instance, if someone were to travel back to a pivotal moment in history, such as the signing of a significant treaty or the invention of a groundbreaking technology, they could influence the outcome in ways unimaginable. However, this influence would not erase the original timeline, but instead give rise to a new universe where events play out according to the changes made by the time traveler. This raises profound questions about the nature of existence and the consequences of our choices, which are often explored in science fiction narratives. Furthermore, Scientific explorations into black holes and wormholes have also contributed to discussions about time travel and parallel universes. Some theories suggest that traveling through a wormhole could allow individuals to move between different points in time and space, potentially leading to encounters with alternate realities. The mathematics behind these theories can be complex, involving concepts like space-time and gravitational forces, but the core idea remains that these cosmic phenomena might provide pathways to experience different timelines, further intertwining the notions of time travel and parallel universes. In addition, the philosophical implications of time travel and parallel universes have sparked debates regarding destiny, free will, and the nature of reality itself. If every decision creates a new universe, does that mean that every possible outcome? The concept of time travel has long fascinated scientists, writers, and dreamers alike. But as we look toward the future, the role of artificial intelligence in developing time travel theories is becoming increasingly significant. AI, with its ability to process vast amounts of data, recognize patterns, and simulate complex systems, could provide insights into the nature of time itself, which is still one of the most mysterious aspects of our universe. Theoretical physicists have long debated whether time is a linear progression or if it could be manipulated in ways we can only begin to understand. By employing AI, researchers can explore various models of time, analyzing the implications of relativity, quantum mechanics, and even string theory, which posits the existence of multiple dimensions. One intriguing aspect of AI's involvement in time travel theories is its potential to model scenarios that are impossible to recreate in a laboratory setting. For instance, AI can simulate the effects of extreme gravitational forces, such as those found near black holes, which could reveal how time behaves under such conditions. These simulations could lead to a better understanding of time dilation, where time appears to pass at different rates depending on the observer's relative speed or gravitational field. Furthermore, AI could assist in the development of algorithms that predict how particles interact at high energies, potentially uncovering new physics that could inform time travel theories. Moreover, AI can analyze ancient texts and records, searching for historical references to time travel or time manipulation, which can deepen our understanding of how different cultures have perceived time. By processing this information, AI might identify patterns or ideas that could inspire modern theories. In addition, AI's ability to learn from new data continuously means it can adapt to emerging discoveries in physics, refining existing theories, or even proposing new ones, which could ultimately lead to breakthroughs in our understanding of time travel. As we consider the practical applications of AI in this realm, the potential for developing technologies that could one day make time travel possible becomes more tangible. For example, AI-driven design tools could help engineers create devices that utilize theoretical concepts like wormholes or warp drives, which are often discussed in the context of time travel. These devices would require an understanding of advanced physics, but with AI's assistance, the engineering challenges could become more manageable. The ethical implications of time travel, as explored by AI, also present fascinating questions. If time travel were possible, who would have access to it? How would society change if people could alter past events or gain insights into the future? AI can help. The concept of a time traveler's gene is a fascinating topic, often appearing in movies, books, and various forms of media, where individuals possess a unique genetic trait that allows them to traverse time. This idea, while intriguing, is not supported by scientific evidence. In reality, genes are sequences of DNA that code for specific traits or functions in living organisms, and while they can influence many aspects of biology, the ability to travel through time remains firmly in the realm of science fiction. One of the reasons this myth persists is due to the allure of time travel itself, a theme that has captivated human imagination for centuries, from H. Wells' The Time Machine to modern-day films like Interstellar. These stories often suggest that certain individuals are destined for extraordinary abilities, including the power to manipulate time, which can be a comforting narrative, giving people a sense of control over their fate. Additionally, the idea of a time traveler's gene can be linked to the broader fascination with genetics and the human condition. As science has advanced, revealing the complexities of our genetic makeup, people are increasingly intrigued by the possibility that some traits could grant unique capabilities. However, when it comes to time travel, the laws of physics, particularly Einstein's theories of relativity, impose strict limitations that render this concept impossible according to our current understanding of the universe. Moreover, science has explored various phenomena that relate to time, such as time dilation, which occurs at high speeds or in strong gravitational fields. But this is not the same as jumping through time in the way often portrayed in popular culture. The myth of a time traveler's gene often overlooks these fundamental scientific principles, choosing instead to romanticize the idea of a genetic shortcut to extraordinary abilities. In conclusion, while the myth of the time traveler's gene is a captivating narrative that continues to spark the imagination, it remains purely fictional. The intersection of genetics and time travel highlights our deep-seated curiosity about the nature of time and existence, but any notion that genetics could provide a means to traverse time is not grounded in scientific reality. Instead, it serves as a reminder of the power of storytelling and the human desire to explore the unknown, even if it means venturing into the realms of fantasy. The relationship between time travel and memory is a fascinating topic that intertwines elements of science fiction, psychology, and philosophy. In various works of fiction, time travel often brings up intriguing questions about how memories are formed, altered, and recalled. For instance, when characters travel back in time, they may encounter their past selves, leading to complex interactions that can affect their memories, creating a ripple effect that alters their current reality. This idea aligns with some psychological theories that suggest our memories are not fixed recordings, but rather they are dynamic and can change over time, influenced by new experiences and insights. Moreover, time travel raises questions about the reliability of memory. If one were to travel back in time and witness an event, how would that experience shape their memories of it? Would the act of observing their past change their perception of that moment? This concept mirrors the way we often revise our memories, filling in gaps or even misremembering details based on our current beliefs or emotions. Research in cognitive psychology indicates that memories can be reconstructed rather than simply retrieved, which means that time travel, in theory, could complicate the process of remembering, leading to altered recollections that might not align with actual events. Additionally, there are philosophical implications regarding the nature of time and memory. If we consider time as a linear progression, then memories act as markers along that timeline, helping us navigate our past, present, and future. Time travel, however, introduces the possibility of revisiting these markers, leading to questions about causality and free will. If someone were to change a significant event in their past, how would that impact their memories of subsequent events? This could lead to paradoxes, where a traveler might find themselves in a scenario where their memories conflict with their current reality, raising intriguing discussions about identity and the continuity of self. In the realm of neuroscience, studies have shown that different types of memories, such as episodic and semantic memories, are processed in distinct ways, with specific brain regions involved in each type. Time travel, while purely theoretical at this point, challenges our understanding of how these memories could be accessed or altered. The idea of experiencing a memory as if it were happening in real time could potentially lead to emotional responses that are just as powerful as the original experience. This suggests that if time travel were possible, it might allow individuals to relive their memories, possibly providing closure or insight into past experiences. but also risking the chance of becoming trapped in those memories, unable to. The concept of time travel, often seen in science fiction, serves as a powerful metaphor for many aspects of human experience, reflecting our desires, regrets, and aspirations. It invites us to ponder the nature of time itself, not just as a linear progression from past to present to future, but as a complex tapestry of moments, each interconnected, each influencing the other in ways we might not fully understand. When we think about time travel, we often imagine characters zipping through time, altering events, or witnessing history firsthand, but beneath this adventurous facade lies a deeper exploration of what it means to be human. It can symbolize our longing to revisit our past, perhaps to correct a mistake or to relive a cherished memory, highlighting our inherent desire for control over our own narratives, while simultaneously reminding us of the impossibility of changing what has already happened. In literature and film, time travel frequently becomes a way for characters to confront their pasts, to come to terms with their choices, and to understand how those choices shape their identities. Moreover, time travel can also symbolize our hope for the future, as it allows us to envision possibilities beyond our current reality. It encourages us to think about the paths not taken, the dreams that lie ahead, and the potential for growth and change. In this sense, time travel can act as a catalyst for self-reflection, pushing us to consider how our present actions will influence the future, not only for ourselves, but for those around us. By exploring the consequences of our decisions, whether in a fantastical context or through metaphorical journeys within our minds, we gain insight into the interconnectedness of our lives, reminding us that every choice has the power to shape our destiny. Additionally, the metaphor of time travel can serve as a commentary on the human condition itself. It raises profound questions about memory, nostalgia, and the passage of time. As we navigate our lives, we often find ourselves longing for moments that have slipped away, and time travel offers an imaginative escape, a way to grapple with the fleeting nature of existence. It brings to light the bittersweet reality of life's transience, encouraging us to cherish the present while acknowledging the weight of our past experiences. Furthermore, in a world that often feels chaotic and fast-paced, the idea of pausing time, or revisiting it, provides a comforting notion of reflection, allowing us to step back, take a breath, and consider what truly matters. In the realm of psychology, time travel, as